Hey TGG fanbase, welcome back to a colorful video of the best color settings you can use in Valorant. These awesome color settings will massively improve your game of Valorant visually, and they will change the way you see the game literally. We have done countless hours of research into the subject of the best Valorant color settings, including talking to the best of the best professional Valorant players, so these really do help. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what you think of these best color settings in Valorant. Valorant's almost comic book art style means that the game is designed to be colorful and vibrant, and the gameplay works with that. Just look at what happens when you get flashed by any blinding ability. You get what looks like a Microsoft Paint gradient tool dragged across your screen. The cartoon style means that increasing the vibrancy and changing graphic settings will help your gameplay and take you to the next level, meaning you should never get caught out because you didn't see an enemy hiding in the shadows. To make sure gameplay is at its best, have a look at our videos on the best audio settings, key bindings, minimap settings, and graphic settings we have on our YouTube channel and official TGG website. The first setting you want to make sure you have nailed is the enemy highlight color. There is a massive debate about this, and the first thing we would like to say is that you should choose whatever color you find best. Originally brought in because of colorblind Valorant players, this setting works for everyone. There are 4 settings you can choose from, these being red, default, purple, tritanopia, yellow, deuteranopia, and yellow, protanopia. We won't delve into how these help certain forms of color blindness, but we recommend using one of the 2 yellow colors. This is because it clashes with the least amount of game colors. There are a lot of red and purple shades in Valorant maps, but very little yellow. The red and purple are also a lot darker compared to the yellow, so stick with yellow unless you are colorblind. The next thing to do is to make sure your desktop color settings are at their best. This is before you even play Valorant. You want to open your Nvidia control panel and go to the Adjust Desktop Color Settings section. There are 3 main settings you can increase or decrease: brightness, contrast, and gamma. Once again, this is all personal preference, but you should put brightness up considerably. Another setting you will find is digital vibrance. This is the one thing that every professional we spoke to said to increase. Put this between 75% and 100%. This increases the vibrancy of your Valorant game itself. Next up are the Nvidia control panel color settings. With the control panel open, locate the Manage 3D Settings section on the side. You can actually select Valorant as your application and change the settings for just Valorant. This means that when Valorant is open, your settings will automatically change to what you want. More importantly, this allows you to have a normal color setting for when you are watching TGG YouTube videos. We are still not in the actual game. Adjusting your monitor color settings themselves. Most monitors allow you to increase your color and visual settings on the monitor itself. These settings are saturation, contrast, gamma, and brightness. Once again, we recommend increasing brightness at least, but also increase saturation somewhat. Give it a go and play around with them. Finally, we are into the in-game settings. These are in Valorant, so get that booted up. There are a lot of settings you can change, so we have included the most important graphic settings. You want to make sure your monitor and PC can handle higher settings before you put them high. But we have these set for a lower-end PC and monitor setup, so these will apply to everyone. These are the best Valorant graphic settings for your color in-game. You want material quality, texture quality, detail quality, and UI quality on low. This is because, although it may make the game look worse, the important features that you need will stand out more. Would you rather get blinded by Sky's blinding light because you were too busy looking at how pretty the grass is, or actually win rounds? Next up, we have the vignette and VSync turned off. Vignette adds a dark shadowy border to your game, meaning you don't have vibrant colors across the whole screen. VSync will sort any lag issues you have by turning it off, so we recommend keeping it off. The next settings we have are anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering. These are the forerunners for controlling what all of the 3D models and objects around you look like on your screen. We have these both set at MSAA 2x and 2x respectively for lower-end PCs. MSAA 4x and 4x is the happy medium, however, which we think is what you can boost up to if your PC can handle it. Next up is the fabled improved clarity. This is completely subjective, and it works both ways. The setting makes objects and items stand out on your screen. This includes guns and abilities. This is great for making your game more vibrant, but it also provides more distractions. This will help you spot enemy abilities such as Killjoy's alarm bot or Cypher's trapwire. We do have this turned on, however, but if you find yourself distracted by shiny skins, then maybe turn it off. The final settings we have for you are bloom, distortion, and cast shadows. Put simply, turn these off. They are here to make your game look realistic, which sounds great. But then you remember you are playing a cartoon-style game with characters that can make flame molotovs and turn into shadows. You don't need realism. Bloom creates light beams that bounce off of surfaces and platforms, whilst distortion enhances the FOV, or field of view, when aiming down sight. This means you can actually see less. Cast shadows is a weird one because you'd think a shadow wouldn't affect your gameplay, but it darkens the areas it envelopes. So your hard work getting your vibrancy up is completely ruined by having cast shadows turned on. There you go, the best color settings for a game of Valorant. These might not all work for you. You might like a different enemy highlight color, or you might really want your shadows for agents. It's completely up to you. Hopefully you learned a few things though, so next time you want to adjust your color settings, you know exactly where to look. Until next time, TGG family, see ya!